Alright, welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 784, the category Brainy Tuesday, number 41. The Brainy Tuesday quiz is the 21-question trivia quiz where all the questions come from different random categories, but the level of difficulty is quite a bit higher than our normal quizzes. So these are pretty tough. Good luck on today's quiz. Question number 1. Containing portions of all the Old Testament except Esther, what more common name is given to the collection of manuscripts discovered in 1947 by a young Bedouin shepherd in Qumran, Palestine? (1947) is when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls. Question number 2. Although there were several riders that night, who was the Son of Liberty and Boston silversmith who is most often remembered for his ride to Lexington and Concord, warning the advent of the British? The answer is Paul Revere. Question 3. He was born in Scotland in 1736, and not only did he coin the word horsepower, but the System International Unit of Power is named after him. What is the name of this inventor of the steam engine? The answer is James Watt. Question number 4. Some critics regard it as his best, but it is certainly his longest. Critical of the English Court of Chancery, what is the Charles Dickens novel in which several generations of the Jarndyce family are fighting over an inheritance? That novel is The Bleak House. Question number 5. In the chemical variety, the signal is carried between cells by neurotransmitters, while in the electrical variety, the cells are connected by gap junctions and electrical current flows directly between them. These are the two types of what junction between neurons? The junctions between neurons are known as synapses. Question number 6. When her husband was killed by her brother Pygmalion, she fled with her followers to North Africa. What is the name of this woman, the legendary founder of Carthage? The answer is Dido. Question number 7. It contains 80% of the mass of the gases in the atmosphere and 99% of the water vapor. What is this lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere called, found just below the stratosphere? The answer is the troposphere. Question number 8. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember, a Southern man don't need him around anyhow. In what famous 1974 song by Lynyrd Skynyrd can these lyrics be found? The answer is Sweet Home, Alabama. Question number 9. After foiling an 1861 assassination attempt on Abraham Lincoln, he became head of the Union's Secret Service during the Civil War. Who was this detective that founded a world-famous Chicago agency? He founded the Pinkerton Agency. His name was Allan Pinkerton. Question 10. The Fiji Mermaid, Commodore Nutt, the Wild Man of Borneo, Jumbo the Elephant, and Jenny Lind were all exhibits of what man famous for the line, "A sucker is born every minute"? If you've ever seen the movie The Greatest Showman, you know the answer is P.T. Barnum. Question 11. Abundant in parts of Europe, it is sometimes called the shepherd's barometer because its flowers close at the approach of rain. What is this herb, one variety of which is used in the title of a work by Baroness Imoska Orczy? She wrote The Scarlet Pimpernel. The answer is pimpernel. Question number 12. In 1925, he led a sled team through a blizzard to Nome, Alaska. The goal of the mission was to bring the serum to halt an Eskimo epidemic. What is the name of this noble half-wolf, half-dog who was the subject of a 1995 animated movie? The name of the dog and the movie was Balto. Question 13. George Gershwin's only opera. It is based on a DeBow Hayward work and set in Catfish Row in Charleston, South Carolina. What is this opera whose songs included I Got Plenty of Nuttin' and Summertime? The answer is Porgy and Bess. Question 14. In 1420, this dynasty moved the capital to Beijing from Nanking and began building the Forbidden City under the Emperor Yongle. What was this dynasty in China, famous for its vases, that was replaced by the Manchu Qing dynasty? Famous for its vases, the Ming Dynasty. Question 15. Gerhard Hansen oversaw the care of what disease, identified by destructive lesions on the body, in a Norway hospital in 1873, and after he found that the disease was caused by a specific bacterium, it became known as Hansen's disease? Before it was known as Hansen's disease, it was called leprosy. Question 16. It's located near a branch of the Brazos River and was settled in 1879 by Quakers and served as a large trade center for cotton and grain for Texas and New Mexico. What is this northern Texas city that is home to the Texas Tech University? The answer is Lubbock, Texas. Question 17. Set in Nevada in 1885, this story tells how 3 supposed cattle rustlers are lynched just as word comes that they are innocent. What is the title of this 1940 book by Walter Van Tilburg Clark? The answer is the Ox-Bow Incident. Question 18. In 1941, George de Mestral, a Swiss mechanical engineer, examined a cockleburr closely and saw hundreds of tiny hooks. This led him to the invention of what fastener commonly used on children's shoes? The answer is Velcro. Question 19. Their purpose was to keep the New Hampshire grants from becoming a part of New York. What was this Vermont militia made up of land speculators and settlers who banded together to defend their lands that were led by Ethan Allen? Ethan Allen was the leader of the Green Mountain Boys. And question 20. Atropos cuts the thread of life. Lachesis decides how long it is supposed to be, and Clotho spins the thread. What is the collective name for these three Greek goddesses? Together, they are known as the Fates. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Now, as you probably heard at the beginning of this video, this song right here is a song that we've never played on this channel before. This was made by my friend Luke. He made it to be the theme song of the Road TRIpVIA channel. I wanted something that was kind of light, kind of easy to listen to, wasn't overpowering, and felt like you were driving maybe on a nice road trip. And he gave me this little ditty, and I love it. So expect all of our trivia quizzes to at least lead off with this song from now on. I'm currently trying to figure out some lyrics to put into it so I can make a little jingle. So if you got any good ideas for song lyrics that go along with that leave me a message or shoot me an email at roadtripvia@gmail.com. I love the tune, and I think it's got the potential to be as iconic as the Jeopardy theme song. So anytime you hear that music, you're gonna go, oh, it's time for Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. That's the plan anyway. Anyways, back to the good stuff. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for today's Brainy Tuesday trivia. 18 players are on each side, and the game is played on an oval field about 180 yards long and about 150 yards wide. The ball can only be moved ahead by punching, running, or kicking it. This briefly describes what cross between soccer and rugby played south of the equator. "18 players on each side" should be the giveaway. That is Australian rules football, or Aussie rules football. Thank you guys for watching. Check back tomorrow for another new trivia quiz, and have a great week.